outer world strategy would be to surround myself with people who know what I don't know in the outer game. That's a strategy into itself.
Absolutely.
So you'd recruit, which means you have to sell to people, convince them to come and either be part of what you're doing. So that requires persuasion, sales.
Yep.
You have to bring yourself out into the world, market yourself outer world, right? You have to do the whole thing.
Yeah, you're doing a lot of stuff.
Right? So my point is that anytime I see someone that only focuses on the outer world, they fail.
Yeah.
They don't have this straight upstairs. It's never going to work. You can't take skills like I teach sales. I can make you the best technical closer in the world. If your mindset's screwed up, you're never going to succeed. Conversely, if I don't show you how to actually go out there and influence and persuade at a reasonable level, it doesn't matter how great you are up here, the feedback in the real world is going to backfire because you're not going to be able to get people. Kayla's going to go out and say, come, my man, no, I'm not interested. But you're obviously a great.
I see it happen all the time with people. Yeah.
So the seamless integration of both. That's like sort of like the strategy. So is that really what you teach though? Is that what you teach? Do you teach outer world strategy too or no?
I do, actually. I mean, I talk a ton. It just depends on what level you're in. So the Millionaire Society is all focused on getting your foundation right with your mindset, believing in yourself,
Sure.
having different beliefs around money. And then we go into, when you work one-on-one with me, it's all strategy.
Fair enough.
Then also, in my mastermind, I don't know half the stuff that these people need to know. So I bring in experts every single month to
and that's a strategy too.
Right.
So the point is, though, what you're saying is you believe it starts foundationally with the inner game.
Absolutely.
And then that sets you up to succeed, and you have to learn the outer world too, right?
Yeah, because I always looked back, like when I was 23, why was I able to do it so quickly when everybody else was given the same exact strategy? The outer game strategy that you're talking about. Everybody else was given the same exact tracks to run on. Which was talk to this amount of people a day.
Make the list, do this, right?
Right. And I did it, and...
Was it because perhaps you maybe had more natural sales ability than the other people? Or no?
Well, I had a little bit of sales training because I used to sell cell phones, but just not a lot. But I have to throw that in there. Right? I had done a lot of role play and stuff like that. So it was easy for me I go, as soon as I know I need to make these people sell for me, I'm going to do role play with them. So I had a little bit of...
So you had some strategy.
I had a little bit of strategy. But I believed in myself.
Sure.
Right? So that was the difference because I knew anything I want to be true for myself, I'm going to say it out loud. So as soon as I decided I'm going to run with this company, I was just saying, I'm going to be a millionaire. And nobody could tell me otherwise. I was going around and telling everybody what I was going to do. Like, you want to join my team? You want to do this? And I was so excited. People thought I was crazy, but you couldn't talk me out of it.
Right. So that's a strategy that I've used myself many times with a massive success. I'll tell you a story. Tell me if you disagree or agree, right?
Okay.
When I got out of jail and I had sold my book to Random House, the first book, the one that became the movie, right?
Okay.
And I'd written maybe 30 pages and I never thought that I could finish. I didn't write. I was teaching myself as I was going. So what did I do? I went to my daughter. I said, guess what? Daddy's going to write a best-selling book. He's going to be famous.
How old was she?
She was 10, 11, okay, 12 maybe at that time, right? I backed myself into a corner by telling someone that I loved unconditionally. It's my son, Daddy's going to be famous. And they're like, guess what, Mommy? Daddy's, and I was fucked, right? Because now I put it out there. I almost embarrassed myself into not following through. Is that kind of what you're talking about?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree 1,000%.
Sometimes I always tell people you got to put the line in the sand and walk over it. And sometimes saying it out loud, declaring it to your friends and family is drawing the line in the sand and walking over it.
Giving yourself no choice but to succeed. There's an old,
you got to burn the ships.
Oh yeah, I got that. You know where I heard that? The first time I heard that, I didn't invent that one again. I heard it of all places in a movie, The Hunt for Red October.
Oh, I've never seen it.
Yeah, so that 80s or early 90s, 80s, Sean Connery goes, when I think it was when Pizarro came to the New World, he burned his ships.
Oh, wow.
I think it was Pizarro, Cortez, whoever it was.
Somebody did it.
Burnt their ships because they had no choice but to hack out an existence in the New World, right? Yep. It's interesting that, I think that the truth about mindset is that everything that's kind of been invented has been invented. It's how you say it. How can you get it across to people? You obviously have an ability, but your success is based on you've packaged it a certain way, and you deliver it in a way that people connect with. Mommies especially around the world look at you, and I think they say, you know what? She did it. I can do it too.
Yep.
And she's also giving me a roadmap to do it. Yeah. So why not? What do you think about that?
I mean, that's totally true. I think my superpower is getting people to believe in themselves and do something that they didn't think possible for themselves. Yeah, I love it. I mean, I've done a lot of work to learn how to be the good package.
Of
right?
course. No, and you've lived it, you've walked your talk, and now you're spreading it around, right?
Yeah.
So tell me, what's the best way? Give me if you were to break this down, and then I want you to talk into the camera now.
Okay.
All right, 5 steps for any mommy. I have a global followings all over the world. I don't care where they are, economically advantaged, disadvantaged, right? You probably right.
I said I should have came
No,
prepared
I
with
you
5
can.
steps.
Let me tell you something. You are a force of nature. Give me 5. Your 5. What would you do first as a mommy? What would you do second, third, fourth, and fifth? And the fifth one, I'll tell you right now, guys, should be sign up. At least it's free, right? Isn't it free probably to start? You could probably opt in and just
Sure. My podcast is free.
You at least get her go on her podcast,
Yes.
right? Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
What's the worst that can happen? You go on her podcast, you hear more about her message, all right? There's no downside, only massive upside. I would do it. You go.
Okay. Yes. All right. So first step is I would just figure out, who do you want to be? So who is that perfect version of yourself that you think about, that you know is available for you? Figure out everything about her. Okay. Because I think people sometimes work backwards. They go, oh, what do I want? And then they, reverse engineer from there. No, who do I want to be? That's the most important thing that I want you guys to understand from this podcast right now, okay? And then the second thing is, in order to be that person, who do I need to surround myself with in order to learn how to get that? Okay, how to become that person. So do I need to invest in a mentor? Do I need to read a book? Do I need to change locations? What do I need to do? Okay. And then the third thing is figure out what that person's values are. Okay. And then figure out what your non-negotiables are every single day. So for me, mine is faith, family, fitness, and my future. Okay. And so I make sure that every single day I have in my schedule things that have to do with my faith, my family, fitness, and my future, which means I'm working on my career every single day. So that's the structure that you put into place. Okay. And I learned this from my nursing days, that if it's not written down, you won't do it. And so get in the habit. It's true.
Thank God my dad's in the hospital right now.
Oh.
Hopefully they're following that advice of nurses.
Yeah. So anyways, you always want to make sure to have that ahead of time in your calendar. So that way you don't wake up and then your day is gone again because you didn't put the structure in place. The fourth thing I think would be, after you know who you want to be and what types of things you need to be doing every single day, who you need to be hanging out with, then I want you to challenge yourself. Okay. So getting outside of your comfort zone will be the quickest way to grow your confidence and push you into new heights. Okay. So what's a challenge you could do? I don't care if it's fitness, maybe it's in sales, maybe it's with your family, maybe it's with your faith, but create a challenge and stick to it for 7 days. Okay. That's all I want you to do, is just 7 days of changing something and going outside of your comfort zone. And when you stick to your word, you feel better about yourself and you'll start to take better action. You'll be at a higher vibe and things will start to change in your life because you'll feel good about yourself. Okay. The fifth thing is this: you got to listen in to the Mommy Millionaire podcast. I give out a ton of mindset training. I bring people on live and we do coaching, and I bring on some amazing people that will help you just grow your life to the next level. And you guys can follow me on Instagram. I love hanging out on there. It's Cayla.craft. And I bring a ton of stuff over at mommymillionaire.co. You guys can check out the free ebook I have that's all on the law of attraction and getting more customers to say yes to you just by being yourself. So check it out.